Chai, famous Nollywood actress and movie producer Āctress Faani revealed how her mother died last month. So guys, watch till the end. Do say a prayer for Chacha and her family at the comment section. God bless you as you do so. Famous Nollywood actress Chacha Faani has taken to her social media page to narrate how she lost her mother. Recalled few days ago, Austin Faani, the husband of the Nollywood actress Charity aka Faani, aka Chacha aka, had announced the passing of his in-law, being Chacha's mother. He prayed that the deceased would rest peacefully and described her as a grand matriarch of God's best gift to him. The movie producer, Chacha's husband, added that his wish for his kid's grandmother is for her to find eternal peace in the bosom of the Lord. Austin Faani also prayed that the memories of the life his mother-in-law lived on earth will comfort those she left as they grieved over her. Now taken to her social media page to mourn the death of her mother, the mother of four, who has been a proud advocate of mental health, following her diagnosis with bipolar disorder, has made a new revelation about her mother's passing. The Nollywood actress Chacha Faani revealed that she got a shocking call from her siblings on that fateful day. So guys, here is the video. Please kindly say a prayer for Chacha and her family at the comment section.
And I said, Hannah Eke, how are you? He said, sister, I'm not fine. I said, what happened? He said, sister, mommy is dead. In that moment, I felt cold chills on my body. I said, what? Anna, what are you saying? He said, mommy died this morning around 7, like a few minutes ago. I said, Anna, what are you saying? And then he said, it was in the middle of the night around 1 a.m. that suddenly mommy began to have a heart failure, and daddy was out of town. He was in Abuja for a meeting, and so they had a hard time getting her to the hospital, and before they could rally round and take her to the hospital, she was already in coma. And it wasn't long after their arrival that the doctors declared her dead, and that as Hannah was speaking to me, mommy was already in the hospital, in the mortuary. I said, give me mortuary, like, I don't understand. It's happening too fast. Too much to process. First of all, heart failure, I said 1 a.m. Dead. Okay. Dead people have been prayed back to life. But mortuary, how did we get there so fast? He said, yeah, Justice is there already. Like, she's in the mortuary. I have heard that there are several stages to grief. The first one being anger. It was that day that I experienced it for real. I went full-on ballistic on Hannah. I began to curse him out and shake him like, why did you do this to me? I took it personal. I felt victimized. I felt like, how could my mom die and you people did not call me the other? From the moment that she was struggling, it lingered. It was a couple hours. She didn't just die suddenly. Why didn't you call me? As if calling me would have done a lot. Although my faith is so strong that a lot could have happened, to be honest. Because at about that time that they said she was struggling with her heart, I was awake here in my house. Around that time, I was awake and I was praying, speaking in tongues for a daughter of mine who was in surgery room right about that time. How was I to know that while I was praying for the life of someone else, my mother was losing her own life? And so it was 1 hour of intense anger and rage with Hannah that had me wailing on the floor. And after I was done cursing him out, I cut the call. My other brother, the one that was calling before Hannah, he called me and I maintained the rage with him. I told them, you did this to me. And after I cut them off the phone, I sat on the floor and I began to think about my life. Think about how, whoa, yet again, another harsh reality of life just hit me. And I was forced to take my own medication, those advices that I give out to people freely as a mental health advocate. Life came reminding me, yeah, it is what it is. Feel the feelings, but don't become the emotions. You can choose to respond to her death or you can react. Whichever one you choose will determine how you will navigate through this loss. Grief is a heavy emotion. As a mental health advocate, I have made many videos, gone on many seminars, had several speaking engagements where I have severally narrated the many triggers of mental illnesses in people, one of which is loss of a loved one. So I was reminded subconsciously that if you don't take time, cha-cha, you might disconnect again. And I know where I'm coming from. After 2 major health crises that had me gasping for my own life and that had me struggling with a redemption of an image, a reputation that was ruined as a resultant effect of that crisis. And so I began to breathe in and out. I began to breathe in and out. I suddenly remembered all the many trauma responses that I had read and developed for myself. I suddenly remembered that for me, privacy, secrecy is my healing chamber. I always say that the only energy that I tune into, the only frequency that I identify with is congratulations, anything that is exciting. And so I propose in my heart not to let the news out, because come to think of it, what has telling the general public about the sudden demise of my mom got to do with my healing? Especially in that moment when the news was still fresh, so that what will happen exactly